where the treats at.
Is this the passing of the torch, right? Is this what this signifies?
It comes down to that front office and what they feel is most important.
The champ is here. We've touched down from a higher plane. Why you landed here?
We always look forward to that week because it was always intense.
You know that we ain't coming back. We got you.
The man, the myth, the legend, Dante Hall. My favorite player growing up was Dante Hall. I love you guys, Joe, but Dante was my guy.
Get the dashing because you done on the warfare.
Chief Concerns is presented by BetOnline and Olipop. Marcus Dash here from Chief Concerns, and ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the year. It's football season, and you know what that means? It means it's time to get in on BetOnline. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads to bet on during the games. Think you know your stuff? Get in on our $200,000 mega contest and pick 5 games against the spread every week for your chance at weekly prizes and a share of $200,000. When the game's over, head on over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of our 150 slot games. Head to the website today and get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here. Come on, baby. Go. Yes. That's a first down. That's a first down. This football season, I'll be putting down normal sodas like Coca-Cola for Olipop. Olipop offers a healthier alternative with its low sugar content and natural ingredients. Olipop is more than just a drink. It's a wellness companion that supports your digestive health. Packed with prebiotics, this fizzy elixir helps promote good bacteria in your gut, leading to improved digestion and overall well-being. So go ahead, click the link in the description and use promo code SODALOVE and get your can of Olipop so you can enjoy the game guilt-free. Go Chiefs. Use the promo code SODALOVE for 15% off now. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Chief Concerns. I'm Marcus Dash, and that right there is my guy, former Chiefs tight end Jason Dunn. JD, how we doing, brother? First episode, first day of 2025, baby. This is we're coming at you live, and we're coming at you big time to start the year round. This is how we're gonna be coming at you guys all year long. That's what we're gonna do in 2025, baby. We're gonna go live in 25, baby.
Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to 2025. And so I am glad to be here. I'm blessed immensely. Marcus, had a wonderful time for New Year's. It was really actually a really snow New Year's for us. Me and Sweetie, we didn't do anything. We just sat here and enjoyed each other's company and had a little wine. And at the, of course, when the ball dropped, I went out there, shot a few fireworks, and that was pretty much what we had during that time. So wanted to kind of keep it quiet, a little bit, and not get into a whole lot of mess. But yeah, man, that's what was for New Year's, and I don't want to dismiss this. Obviously, we heard about the thing that happened down in New Orleans. Praying for everybody that's down there, the families and whatnot. It's tragic to hear this thing coming around, this mess. It's crazy. Some crazy jokers out here, and it's unbelievable. But our hearts go out to all the people there that was affected by this, this tragic thing. But hopefully, man, we just try to get better, man. 2025, try to get it better. But yeah, man, that's pretty much what it was, man. How was your New Year's? How was yours?
It was good. It was good. I ended up talking about it last episode. We ended up doing the it was a PJ theme at this bar that we went to for New Year's. My girlfriend and I went with our matching Kansas City Chiefs onesies, which I got a lot of crud for, with a lot of people in DC being a very transient area. People who are from Buffalo, Pittsburgh, yada yada yada, all those places. I had people asking me how long I've been a Chiefs fan. If I've been a Chiefs fan for the only last 3 years, and I was like, okay, buddy, I've been a Chiefs fan longer than you've been watching the NFL. But it was a good time. It was a good time. Probably went to bed at like 3, 4 last night. Didn't have much of a hangover this morning. I tried to drink a lot of water, JD. Before,
there you go.
So I was good. So when I woke up this morning, I had a little bit of a headache, but I was That was all right. I ended up playing mini golf today with the family, and now we're here previewing the final game of the regular season. Well, yeah, it was a good New Year's, and Happy New Year's to everybody in the chat and in our community. We love you all, and 2025 is going to be another exciting year for Chief Concerns, man.
Absolutely. Another exciting year. That's what we're looking for, man. Good to see everybody out here that's coming into the chat. G-Pick, good to see you. Rick Henderson is out here. Good to see you as well. About time. Greg Rose, the barbershop. New Year's to you. Happy New Year's. About time. And like I said, Maria is here. Demetrio Spence, Happy New Year's. Double A is here. Rick Henderson said, close the border and deport the criminals. I tell you what, Rick, newsflash. There's criminals here before the border was open. A lot of criminals here. You know?
And the guy, if he's referring to the guy in New Orleans, that guy wasn't. He was born and raised in Texas. So
yeah, man, it's silly you were saying that. Don't believe we don't have criminals here. We've had criminals here, But oh well, the thing is, look, we want to make sure that regardless of where you are, here, America, anywhere else, trying to be good people. That's what it's all about, man. And so sometimes when we sit there saying things like this as well, we got to have, show our better selves, than that. So, well, there's a Rick said, I'd say deport the criminals here too. Then you're going to be deporting a whole lot of different people. That's what's going to happen. And it depends on what you consider criminals. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that goes into the question. What criminals? All right? There's a lot of us here that's criminals. They ain't saying we ain't. So that's white collar crime too that's out here. Nah, we ain't trying to deport them jokers.
Yeah, those are the ones. Yeah, those are the real ones.
Yes, sir. But we ain't gonna start on that, man. We're gonna have a good vibe here. 2025, baby. That's what it is.
Good vibes in 2025. I like that, JD.
Good vibes 2025. That's all it's gonna be. Andrea Chanel, good seeing you as well. So listen, we gotta understand, this new year, it's always like a new outlook on things that we should try to strive to be. Okay. You talked about this channel. We want to make sure that we are what everybody wants us to be. Okay. We're gonna bring you all the heat. We're gonna bring you all the information. We're gonna bring you everything that y'all desire, what y'all want to hear. Maybe some things y'all might not want to hear. But we're gonna tell and we're gonna speak truth here. That's what we're gonna do, Marcus, right? And we're gonna speak love. We said we're gonna have us a love conversation. That's what it is on this channel right here. So when people ask that question, Marcus, how long you been a Chiefs fan? So I've been loving the Chiefs for a long time. Okay, loving the Chiefs. So yeah, it gets into that. So Charles Hankins is in here. Good to see you, Charles. Kevin Priester, what up? What up, my man? Chief Mania, good to see you. So
Chiefs Mania, Happy New Year. If you're in a mood for a laugh, check out my Chiefs Old Lang sign post. LOL, much love to you brothers from Chiefs Mania. Yeah, go look it up, guys. After the show, of course, go look it up. But yeah, go to Chiefs Mania's page.
What's up, Todd Tofree? What up? Not a whole lot, man. Happy New Year to you too. So
a lot of new names. Like I said the other day, we've kind of had an explosion of new subscribers over the last few weeks. A lot of new names in here. So we got, I'm assuming, some subs coming to the party of the chat. So welcome, everybody. This is 2025. This Chief Concerns is a show of love and respect and good vibes.
Good vibes, man. We're going to have some good Chiefs content on here. Man up, Ozarks, good to see you. Daryl E., good to see you in here as well. I love seeing just new people, new faces, new names that come in this, man, so they could come and see and just immerse themselves in this beautiful family that we got going on here, Marcus. You know what I mean? We do things a little bit different here at Chiefs Concerns. You know what I mean? We do. So we cover a lot of different things, babies of it. So appreciate y'all.
I know there's a lot of different like channels, and when they have their like different things where like people need to pay in order to like for them to even show your comment on here and interact with the comment. It's like, no, I mean, if you guys want to throw those contributions, that's amazing. That's great. We love it. It helps the channel out, it helps our reach. But like, we're going to interact with you guys, and you don't need to pay for us to show your comment, us to talk about it. That's not how we operate. We love engagement with you guys.
Absolutely. We like seeing you out here, man, because we like to say your names. Charles Driver, Brian Hong. Is that it? I think that's how you might pronounce it. Hoang? Yeah. Maybe the old sound.
I like that. Hoang? Yeah. I don't know.
All right. Hope we got it right, Brian. Whatever it is, my brother.
Yeah. Write in that comment the phonetic spelling. So, yep, Brian, we went with a bunch of different sounds there. Give us the phonetic spelling so we know it for future times.
He said, yep. So I guess we got it right. One of the ways we said it.
One of them. We said everyone.
Andrea Chanel said, this channel has really helped my mental. Same here, Andrea. Same here, really. So I enjoy coming in, having a conversation. Come see my Chiefs Concerned family. We get it, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Come see us after the game. We enjoy each other. We really do. So we're going to keep it real here, man. We're going to have some good conversation. So
it's Huang. Brian Huang.
Huang. Okay.
Huang. Like
good to see you. So Sweetie's in here. What's up, Sweetie? Happy New Year's to you.
Happy New Year, Susan.
She was she tried to get on video of me. So my neighborhood had this huge rocket. I got like 5 or 6 of them. I went ahead and shot one up. I'm thinking, in the night, everybody sleep. Boom, loud boom. I'm like, oh, man. So I take her around the house. So she got me kind of running into the house.
Now, so in Virginia, fireworks, like the good fireworks, the ones that are like legitimate ones, those are all like banned. You have to go to Delaware and Pennsylvania if you want. Like a lot of people, like my brother, he goes to Delaware and Pennsylvania to buy fireworks for July the 4th and for any other good times, New Year's, Christmas. But in Kentucky, are they like the good fireworks? Are they banned down there? Because I know a lot of states surrounding Virginia have the have them, but are the fireworks banned down in Kentucky or no?
So, no, it seems like it's opened up a little bit more than what it was. Because I used to go down to Tennessee to go get a whole, bushel of, fireworks, like the real stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like you had a bang on it. So now I think doors kind of open up a little bit more, at least for that. So I don't think people have too much of a problem. I'm just glad I don't have to make a trip down to Tennessee anymore. So
that's a good thing. Yeah. Delaware's about like 2.5 hours from here. So usually if you're going in that direction for something, you stop off and at the Phantom Fireworks, one of those places in Delaware, to go get the good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, that's always good. Look, I like seeing everybody talking about they've been a Chiefs fan before I could walk. Some back in the day, obviously, I became a Chiefs fan in 1989. DT helped. Rick Henderson says that. What's up, Don Peterson? Good to see you, my brother. Give a shout out to Don, my man. So Don's been putting in a fight, man, doing some good things out there. Good seeing you, Don. Always get talking to him on a DM and stuff. So Don, man, 2025, man, taking this thing by storm. Yeah. Ginger Girl. Hadn't seen Ginger Girl here in a while. Good to see you, Ginger Girl. What's going on with you? Been a minute. Anthony Salas. What's going on? Anthony, good seeing you as well. So I've been a Chiefs fan before I knew how to walk. So, the thing, so I'll tell you a little bit of my, I guess, obviously playing for the Chiefs. Okay, I got here in 2000, and I actually had a chance that I thought the Chiefs was going to draft me when I came out. I actually came out here on a visit. Me and Reggie Tung was out here at the same time. So I visited out here with Marty. And I remember telling Marty, I said, Marty, I would love to come out here to come play. And so didn't happen to work out the first time. But then obviously when I left again for Philadelphia, come out here, what's the name? Gunther brought me in. Gunther Cunningham. Gunn, man, that was my guy, man. Love Gunn to death. Rest in peace for Gunn, man. Really. But I remember going against DT, and having those sleeves out on his arm and whatnot. You know who the Kansas City Chiefs were, when you was playing them. You already knew that. So yeah, me and Romy came in together. So we played together in the Senior Bowl. We was down there together in the Senior Bowl. So I knew Romy ever since then, man. So a lot of dudes Me and Donnie came in together. Edwards, it's another guy. I'm trying to think who else we came in. Eddie Kinnison. We came in together. That draft class in '96 was something tough, man. It was a tough draft class. Okay, and I'm gonna put that up against a whole lot of different draft classes. Some of the names in '96, some real ballers, man. Some real ballers back in that day. So Marty was a good man, and we all every time we would see each other, Rick, we would always just kind of give each other just respect, a hug, and just talk. Man, we wish you had a chance to play for him, and wish you had it on the team. So when he was out in San Diego, obviously I would go and talk to him and whatnot. But Marty was absolutely stand-up guy for sure, stand-up guy. So
I want to say that '96 between NFL and the NBA, probably the two best '96 draft classes of the two major sports of the NBA and NFL. Those 2 years. I mean, the NBA year. So obviously you were in that. Was Marvin Harrison in the '96 draft class as well?
Oh yeah,
Moosh Muhammad too.
Musin, yeah. Me and Moose had the same agent. That was the draft of like the wide receiver. That was like the wide receiver draft. We just had
Amani Toomer as well. If I'm
Toomer,
it's great. It's loaded, man.
Keyshawn Johnson. Man, I'm trying to think who else we have.
Let me see here. So Keyshawn Johnson, Terry Glenn, Eddie Kinnison, Marvin Harrison, Eric Moles, Bobby Ingram, T.O., Mush Muhammad, Amani Toomer, Jermaine Lewis, Joe Horn. It was also one of the best years for middle linebackers, Ray Lewis and Zach Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
Other linebackers from that who made the Pro Bowl: Teddy Bruschi, Kevin Hardy, Simeon Rice, John Mobley, Donnie Edwards, Randall Godfrey, Earl Holmes, Carlos Emmons. Dude, that's a wild draft, man.
96 man was
Jonathan Ogden, Brian Dawkins.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. And then, of course, the '96 NBA draft, you had Kobe, Iverson, Steve Nash, Ray Allen, Stephon Marbury. I mean, that's '96, man. That changed the game in the NFL and the NBA.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Nah, it was a great time, man. Great time. Remember this kid, man, from Lower Marion. Okay, he used to play basketball. And his name was Kobe Bryant. I think y'all might have heard of him before coming out. It's just like, man, this dude right here is incredible. But, man, Kobe, I played up there when Allen Iverson was playing in Philly.
Yeah. So, yeah, 96, the hell of a class to be part of.
Hell of a time. Yes, sir. So yeah, it's good to reminisce a little bit, man. So we won't get to some of the stuff we're talking about now today, Marcus, okay?
Yep.
We have a lot of people that have some questions everybody's asking about as far as like what the Chiefs going to look like, how is it going to look as far as the rest, all those different things. But
yeah,
we're gonna have some good conversation on this, man. So what do you think?
Yeah, so obviously, I know there's certain people out there who are talking about how the Chiefs aren't going to play meaningful football for a long time. It's true. We're not going to play until January 18th, January 19th, that weekend. So we've got guys, and plus last Wednesday's the last game we played with a lot of those guys in Mahomes, and the stars are going to be missing this game. So, they get a lot of time off. So, JD, the question that I've seen from some, the guys on like the shows, like the Keyshawn Johnson, who's on FS1, talking about how, generally long layoffs can be something that may lead to a little bit of rust when we do see the Chiefs back on January 18th, January 19th. They haven't, obviously it's TBA to when we'll play, either 18th or the 19th. But JD, we're going to be gone for a long time. No Kelsey, no Mahomes. They're not playing on Sunday. But I want to ask you, what do you make of that whole rust factor? And I do want to ask you, does it play into the fact where like, should we be concerned about it? We're a team that goes to the Super Bowl every year. These guys have dealt with it. Not to say we've gotten the one seed every year. We didn't have to play for a month. I don't think that's been the case for us actually a lot of the time. Usually we kind of, we play at the wild card divisional, and we're at least playing until week 18 in some of the cases. But, for the most part, we're kind of used to these situations. Yeah. Are you concerned at all about being off for nearly a month by the time we see the head honchos come back, the Kelsey and Mahomes and all the ones?
No, I'm not worried about it at all. I think this is where the brilliance of Andy Reid comes into play. Really, it does. And so, if you've been used to being in the playoffs, having time off as well, he understands how to manage his guys. Okay, and so some of the guys that haven't been on the team, this is something they just have to learn as far as like how do you do everything. So it's going to take really it's preparation as far as what you do practice wise. It's all about tempo. How do you take care of one another? So when you do have them out there practice, man, you got to go fast. It's got. I mean, this when you hear it, okay, the speed of the game speeds up, especially in the playoffs, man. It is a totally different atmosphere than guys are used to during during the regular season. And so when you're thinking about it, every rep has got to count. And so obviously you're not going to have full practices and stuff like that. But when you get your work, you got to get your work in. Okay, you got to work extremely hard, extremely fast. Stay up. Make sure nobody's hitting the ground. That's another thing they're going to make sure you emphasize too. Don't make no boneheaded dives toward anything or try to make an extra tackle, things of that nature, right? But you touch up on guys, okay? Get down, break down position to make the tackle, all those different things, okay? And guys got to understand how to take care of one another. It's going to take the young guys who haven't been there before to watch the veterans who have done it exactly what that really means. Because sometimes guys just don't understand, Marcus, like, what tempo means, like, hey, this is touch off. That's all it is, okay? Oh, butt up. Let's go butt up. So everybody's got to be on the same page when they talk about these things. They really do. Because even if you're practicing, guys can get hurt. But as long as you understand, you got a clear understanding what it is that you want to do in practice and how you take advantage of it, then everybody should be able to take care of each other. That shouldn't be a problem.
So looking just a little little quick research here. So looking at the different seasons where we've had a lot of time. So in 2022, the Chiefs play the Raiders 1-7, and they don't play again until 1/21, so they had 2 weeks off exactly. In 2020, Chiefs play against the Falcons on December 27th. They don't play again until they play the Browns on January 17. Obviously, it's the year we lose to Tampa in the Super Bowl. 2019, Chiefs play 12/29 against the Chargers. They don't play again until January 12th against the Texans. So I mean, they are used to this in the Mahomes era. Yeah. In 2019, Chiefs play the Raiders 12:30. Don't play again until 1/12 against the Colts. So I mean, we're used to these 2 to 3 weeks off. I mean, it's just that's the one thing where it's like a lot of people are saying, "Oh, the rust factor." These guys, you don't want them to be rusty. It's like they are used to this. It's not a team that just is getting this for the first time and they're in a first time in their history. No, it's that they deal with this every year or every other year. It seems like, but I mean, like, I don't think it's a big deal at all. These guys know how to, like you always say, they've done this so much where it's like kind of go through the motions of what they've already done before. It's like we already know how the schedule is going to be. We've done it so much. We know how our practice is going to be. We know when we're going to take time off is going to come. We know all that stuff. So it's like not new information for these guys.
It's not.
Maybe the rookies.
The rookies and then younger guys is really where you got to make sure you capture their minds, okay, mentally about how it is and what you do as far as the tempo wise. So you just don't want them to think, okay, listen, you got 2 or 3 weeks off, okay. I don't want you just relaxing all the way. You just can't do that. Mentally, you can't even relax all the way. I mean, you got to be sharp. You got to stay focused. And so you got to emphasize that all the time when you come in there. So it's purposeful practices. It's got to have a purpose. Every time you go out there to get better, like you're working on your things. And I guarantee Andy's going to emphasize this. Nagy and Spags and Dave, they all going to emphasize, listen, we are getting ready to win a championship, okay, a Super Bowl, to hold up another Lombardi, to make sure that history that has never been performed or done before, okay, that we are the ones that captures that moment. We got to be those guys. And so the young guys got to understand that, okay? Travis, Chris, and all those guys who've been there, who won multiple Super Bowls, they get their part of it. But the thing is, everybody's got to be on the same page. And sometimes you got to tell a young guy, hey, man, like, speed up. Like, hey, go get that ball. Like, you're still going out here to get a good sweat. You got to get a good lather. I don't care what it is. And so you're preparing yourself. And think about it. Okay. It just hit me. Think about it like this. Imagine a guy, okay, who's going in for boxing, okay? He's got a boxing match, 3 or 4 weeks. Obviously, he's not fighting that night. You get those 3 or 4 weeks, you got to make sure that everything is purposeful, right? You got to have your body got to be straight. Your punches got to be looking good. Okay. They're going to continue to work you hard. So you do hard things when you need to. So you got to be somewhat physical. You got to come off the football. Okay. You still take care of one another, right? You still take care of one another. So the same thing, the boxers, they wear, the protective headgear and whatnot, just to make sure you don't get these little cuts and stuff of that nature. You don't do anything silly, but you are training hard. You are training hard. So you don't really lose any of that edge as much because everything's got to be competitive. And not only that, but also, too, you're practicing situational football. That's another thing that you got to be able to do, okay? Every scenario's got to come up, right? If this happens, then what do we do? Okay, we got to work 2-minute, or we got to work 4-minute game. If we're backed up, if we're going, in the red zone. So what they'll do is they'll climb over all the things that they might not have been as good this past year and start working on some of those things that they say, okay, maybe this is at least a focus on what we need to get better at. And so that is going to be a very, very vital thing to do. But like I said before, especially for the young guys, man, especially for the young guys.
And that's why I think, like, for example, like for Lions, right? Lions are a younger team. They did make a deep playoff run last year, but, you got Gibbs, you got St. Brown, there's a lot of younger guys on that team who, they did it last year, but they haven't really done that much. The exposure of having, to play a game. They're going to be playing week 18. I mean, the week 18 game is going to be a game for the 1 seed, right? They have to play up until the last minute of everything. And then, they're going to get by, but having to play that week 18 is a pivotal game for them because they really haven't had that many playoff atmosphere kind of games. Yeah, they had a deep run last year. That's 1 year. We do this every year. And I think it's more beneficial for a team that has a little bit more, some old elder statesmen like Travis Kelce, give him some rest. Mahomes' ankle, give him some rest. I mean, we're talking about a team that just came off a 3-game and 11-day stretch here. Having a time off, I don't think anybody should be complaining about it or even thinking it's like going to be a hurt the Chiefs because they might be rusty. I don't think anyone's thinking about that at all. In Arrowhead, and I think it's a beautiful thing. Everyone knows. Everyone's saying in the chat. Andy Reid, this man loves a bye week, and this guy's getting a three bye weeks here to cook up some stuff against whoever we play in the first round or for the divisional round. So I don't think the rust factor. I think there's a team that does this every year. I don't think you even talk about rust factor with this squad.
Now, look, but you always got to try to protect yourself from those things, though, right? The rust factor. Guys, like, hey, man, listen, you got to get after it. You have to. Weight room, in the training room to get yourself healthy. At this certain point, when the guys start playing, there should be no excuses. And when I'm saying that, we're talking about game tempo or, competing a little bit faster in practice. So I agree with that. It shouldn't be something coming up with these guys, especially who know it. It's always the younger guys or guys who's just getting on the squad to realize what that really means. Okay. And so I know Andy, he'll convey that message to those guys. They'll get it. They'll understand exactly what that means. And they'll have time to rest and get off. So I would expect, if anything, do some film work, weight room, treatment, in and out of practice. But we making sure we come in, we working. And he's going to let them know, we are going to work today for about an hour, we'll get our work in, and we're out of here. And that's what you need to do. Get guys just, their minds mentally got to, kind of calm down a little bit, okay? But stay sharp, stay focused, okay? Keep testing them. You got to do this. And I'll say this. I remember, man, when we went to the playoffs when we was 13-3, we had that, the week off. And Dick Vermeil, I remember. So this is Dick Vermeil's, this is his philosophy. So I remember, the week before we had to, we had that week off. So the week off we had, we're actually practicing. And so, we're strapping up pads and we're banging, we're hitting, and I remember everybody around the locker room was like, man, what are we doing? Like, we sitting over here, man, we hitting hard and, guys are, really getting after one another. And so I felt compelled to go up to go see Dick Vermeil. To go let him know, maybe call the dogs off a little bit. And so I get up there. I'm like, yo, hey, coach. Hey, JD, come on in. Come on, talk to me. Have a seat. I said, yeah, coach, listen, I said, guys, man, there's a lot of grumbling, complaining down there that, sometimes we doing some full pads and, kind of hitting, a little bit too much. And guys just kind of wondered, we're going to taper off a little bit. And he just sits back. He just starts laughing. Well, I tell you what, JD, he said, we're gonna keep practicing hard, but I will do a little bit of telling off. He said, but you probably about the fifth guy that came up here to ask that. So, I didn't have about 5 or 6 guys that came up here and was asked that same question. But it's funny. It's kind of funny. He said, but I remember Dick Vermeil, his philosophy was, this is a tough game, so you got to train tough. Okay, this is a fast game, so you got to train fast. It's a hard game, so you got to train to be hard. So that's what we took into every single game. Everything that we did, we always trained, play the game. And that's the way it's got to be. So it didn't matter who it is that we played, okay? And I want everybody to understand this, okay? And I have been saying this all season, Marcus, right? I've been saying it all season, that it's not about anybody else. It's always about us. That's what it's about, okay? And our preparation, okay? That's what it boils down to. If we're not prepared enough, if we're not ready to go out there and go play, that is on us. The only team that can beat the Chiefs is the Chiefs themselves. That's what I believe. That's the only team, okay, that's good enough to beat the Chiefs. And it's us. It's beating ourselves. It's always the man in the mirror, the one you look up every single day when you wake up, every single morning. That's the guy that you got to defeat, okay? And so we just got to understand that with everybody else playing in the NFL, when I watch these guys play, I don't believe there's anybody better than us. Matter of fact, I would stand on that. I know they're not. And I keep going back to the one loss that we had against Buffalo, right? It took the 4th down and the heroic, effort of Josh Allen, to muster something up to make something happen, okay? And even then, we still had a shot in the chance. So,
and that was in Buffalo too. So,
yeah.
Jay, we have a super chat. So, Anonymous Mango, appreciate the contribution, brother.
Anonymous, appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
So should the Chiefs find a way to keep Remigio on the 53 with McColl returning, and they opened up McColl Hartman's 21-day practice window today, JD. Obviously, we know McColl, no stranger to the playoffs, as most of these guys who've been on this team for the last few years. What do you make of Remigio and this whole McColl potential? Obviously, we want McColl to be healthy before this happens, but what do you make of this?
Obviously, Andy said, don't look for McColl to play this week. The thing is, if it comes between those two, obviously I want, McColl being there. As much as I like Remigio, I think he's a very exciting young guy. I really do. But one guy I do trust, especially in playoffs, is McColl Hartman. That's bottom line. That's who you head it out to. If that joker is healthy and he's out there to come play, you best believe he's going to be the one doing the returning. So, as far and we just say in practice squad, if he's doing to the 53-man roster, still, I mean, if you had to lose a roster spot with Remigio going to the practice squad, that's so be it. That's what it has to be. So let me make it clear on saying that. So if it's like, hey, do we keep now? Remigio just had to take a back seat, man. He just had to take a back seat. KSU 1989 said Remigio makes me nervous. And sometimes he does with me too. Well, I thank KSU 1989. Good seeing you, man. It's been a while since I hollered at you. But we know sometimes young guys take chances, right? Remigio was one of those dudes that's trying to get a name for himself. And sometimes when you do that, things can happen.
Appreciate the love, Anonymous Mango. Sorry, it took for a while to get to your question, man. We always get to all of our super chats, so we were just in the middle of the topic there, but appreciate the love, brother.
Absolutely. Ray 028 is in here. Charles Driver. He said, I guess he's speaking to Charles. He said, well, Charles Driver before that, what did Charles say? Hardman for the corn dog play in the Super Bowl again. We'll call it something else. it's going to be something else. But we don't mind him being a hero again. But Ray said Charles Drive, it seems the media forgets about the injuries the Chiefs have had to deal with this year and still got the first seed in bye week. Yeah. Yes, they always talk about everybody else's injuries. They never speak about the Chiefs and who, we lost the very first of the season, who we just now starting to get back. So injuries kind of, did a number to us as well. Because what we were looking at going into the season, I mean, man, we probably would have been blowing teams out by 2 or 3 different touchdowns. Easy. And so, when we start putting guys back together, got Juju back, right? D-Hop came in here. And I think a lot of people was using this, Marcus, for maybe the level of difficulty of why Patrick should have been back in the conversation, because they were saying, well, who was doing more with length? I don't know. Is there an argument that Chiefs were at a certain point in time? I would say yes. But I don't want to even bring up. I don't even want to bring that up. I don't want to bring MVP up, Mark. I told you I don't even want Patrick. I don't even want him near that conversation. I don't care nothing about that. He doesn't either. All we're looking for is Super Bowl. That's it.
Yeah.
Pure and simple. Pure and simple, brother.
Super Bowl MVP is the only thing we're really thinking about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I mean, no, I will say, yeah, we have done with more with less, kind of what you mentioned there, and also like picking up guys off the street. I mean, we pick up Juju, Kareem Hunt, DeAndre Hopkins, all those guys had pivotal games, and those are guys who were not with us when the schedule came out. And also, too, we want to talk about the media is ignoring. Media is, I saw someone mention it, I think, talk about doing more with less. Who's that fall on, having the first seed to buy? Andy Reid, Coach of the Year. I think the fact that he has not gotten Coach of the Year once since he's come to Kansas City is beyond me. It's wild. It's crazy. It makes no sense. But this should be the year he gets it. I mean, I don't think there's anybody else. I mean, you could make it him or Dan Campbell, but like what the story of what he did this year, going with Kareem Hunt, getting Hopkins, Juju having an explosive game with your number one receiver, Rashee Rice going out. I think in the number one offseason acquisition in Hollywood Brown going out before the season started, and to be 15-1 and where we are right now, the 1 seed, I think Andy Reid should be the odds-on favorite for Coach of the Year. I don't know what the Vegas odds has, but he should be the Coach of the Year this year, and it's a travesty if not. And also, too, the schedule. Forget about who we played, but the amount that we've had multiple times this year, we've played multiple games in like a 10 to 14-day span. To have 2 times where that happened this year, that's berserk. So, and that even with that, still going 15-1, I think there's many reasons why you should say Andy Reid should be Coach of the Year and what we've had to deal with injury-wise and also schedule-wise.
I agree. I do. I do agree. But sometimes they like having sympathy for, some of the underdogs out there. And, hey, he turned his team now to a playoff team. Sean Payton has made a big turnaround. Jim Harbaugh has came back from college, and he's made him into somebody that is, become serious. And, you start hearing all these different things, right? And then maybe, what's the name, Dan out there with Washington. And, got Jaden Daniels. And he's taken a rookie, and what he's done with this team is, phenomenal. So it's going to be a lot of different narratives, of course. But Andy, without a doubt, he just keeps chugging along, man. Keeps chugging along. I don't think he even cares if he's Coach of the Year, to be honest with you. He don't care.
Yeah, he'll take Super Bowl trophies instead of that. But I just think it's wild to think that going back to what he did, even the year when he took over the 2-14 team and took us to the playoffs, and yet he was not Coach of the Year that year. I think Rivera won that year, the Coach of the Year. But like even that year, he didn't do it. And yes, it's probably hard for them to, whoever votes for this stuff to save face and be like, oh, I'm going to give the guy who's back-to-back Super Bowl winner the Coach of the Year award. I mean, this team was already. But if you look at the story of how it was done, the injuries and all the guys we picked up to make this happen, to make it work, that there's a huge argument there that he should be the favorite in it. But nonetheless, none of us care about these awards. As long as we get the ring, I don't think anyone really cares if it's going to lose sleep over not getting Coach of the Year or MVP or whatever award they want to get.
Yeah. If you ask Andy would probably say, man, give it to somebody else. That's the type of guy he is. So, but we'll argue for him. Okay? Yeah. We'll go to bat for him. So.
Yeah. Rick Hendrickson says the season should be a movie. It should be. They should. And you know what? They with the lack of ideas Hollywood has now, I think a three-peat has never been done before. A kind of documenting this season, having hopefully they cast better actors than they did for that Clippers show on the FX, guys who actually look like the players. But if they do that, that'd be great. Three-peat. I mean, it'd be nice to see a movie about the season. That'd be really cool. I mean, a Kareem Hunt story in itself is a nice subplot to the whole thing.
Man, I think we've had a lot of different things here, right? I mean, controversy and everything, starting the season, what it's going to look like, who we got here now, and then here we are, looking at a three-peat, 15-1. What do you think? So,
yeah, I agree. The subplots of Kelsey, dating the biggest movie star in the world or the pop star in the world. So it's like there's so many different things they could go with that. It's a whole year of stuff. It's been nonstop news for our guys in Kansas City.
We got the Hallmark movie, and I think that was part of it. Actually, I met the lady that was doing it. She was bringing all the people in from LA and whatnot. We were talking. We were coming down on the elevator at the hotel, and she see me. She's like, "Oh, Chiefs." Well, what she forgot how we started the conversation. But then I was like, "Yeah, I play with the Chiefs." And then she's like, "Oh my gosh." She's like, "Okay." I said, "So what are you doing?" She said, "Well, I'm the one that's bringing everybody here for the Hallmark movie." Really? She's like, "Yeah." She said, Christian Okoye was a really nice man and all this stuff. I said, "You know what? Christian is really good dude, really good guy." But she was just telling me like all the different ones she was coming in, and they was going to have a big party there at the hotel or whatnot. So I was like, I might have to use my acting chops a little bit.
Right. They make a sequel to this movie. Maybe a three part to highlight the three-peat. Maybe the three movies. The trilogy of the home Christmas cheese Christmas movie.
Yeah.
All right. So
Greg Rose, we just served black-eyed peas and ham soup tradition. Black-eyed peas. Now, Greg, that you're speaking my language. I have not had any black-eyed peas. I'm glad you just brought that up. I'm going to get some. Man, if you know about it, it is tradition. You know about the tradition, Marcus? Black-eyed peas?
Yeah. The only black-eyed peas I know is the group.
Oh,
I don't think it was a real thing.
What?
Never heard of it.
You never had black-eyed peas before?
No.
Wow. Okay. All right. Yeah, man. Yeah, black-eyed peas is. Yeah.
Is that a Kentucky thing or what is that?
Oh, you could say South, man, but they serve black-eyed peas everywhere. I mean, it's kind of traditional Southern food, I guess, if you will.
Okay.
I like to say it, cornbread and black-eyed peas, greens, all those different things in it. But black-eyed peas everywhere. The Monty Green Bean said, "Oh my gosh, yeah,
I'm gonna get a troll for this."
Oh my goodness, black-eyed peas. There she go. I'm just not black-eyed peas and greens. Ham hocks, boy, ham hocks for New Year's. Look at Witchy How down there now. Look, y'all jokers are making me hungry now. Stop it, Mark. American soul food. That's it. So, hey, yeah. Well, not necessarily melanated right there, Lonnie. I know plenty of folks here, man, that just love black-eyed peas. That right there is a country thing, baby. If I want to talk a little country, that's what I say.
I'm in Virginia, but I'm in Northern Virginia, so we're a little different than the Southern. We're not, we're DC peeps.
Yeah, it's okay. So you're DC, Virginia.
Yeah,
I know there's South Virginia. Okay?
Yeah, there's
John Barber, Billy Baber, and guys like that. That is Southern Virginia. You know what I mean? Southern. They understand what that is all about. So.
Oh yeah, very, very different.
Ooh, Andrew said, "Don't forget about that turkey leg." Just you know what that is? You can do that. See, look, Neff said my sister just dropped some off to me. Hello, he's laughing at me. I'm gonna call my sister up. What about cabbage in your wallet? There you go. Yeah.
All right, barbershop's with me on this one.
What? Barbershop? I hit black-eyed peas? Are you kidding?
I don't say I hate them. I just don't know what they were. So.
You just don't know what they are.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Man, we need to. Oh.
I'm a fan of the group, though.
Yeah, it's a good group. Will.i.am and those guys. That's where they got the name Black Eyed Peas, baby.
Interesting.
About time. Love beans and cornbread, but no Black Eyed Peas. Give me good Northern and Hammock. I like the Northern beans too, man. But about time you like Black Eyed Peas? Oh, lima beans. Oh, Lonnie said lima beans. Oh, they're a good band. Yeah, yes, they are. The cornbread, Greg Rose. Yes, sir. I'm glad you brought that up, man. Oh,
yeah.
man.
We Witchy Hall, we always talk about food. Yes, the chat always talks about food. We love food.
We'll come around to it at some point.
Always. Everything's always tied to it somehow. All right. So this weekend, obviously, for us, it's this game doesn't really mean much for us, right? We'll talk about Carson Wentz in a little bit, but we're going to give Chris Oladokun some playing time. So this game, not a lot for the starters in Kansas City. Obviously, we're locked in the one spot where we wanted to be from the get-go, right? And, we don't have to put anybody in harm's way this weekend, at least none of our starters. But so there's some stuff at stake this weekend for the AFC playoff picture, and that's the last spot. So I'm going to quickly go through some of the scenarios for our game especially. So okay. For the Broncos, so we're playing the Broncos this weekend. Broncos, a win against the Kansas City Chiefs at home in Week 18 will give the Broncos a wild card berth as the number 7 seed in the AFC. So that means they'll be playing Buffalo. It's the 2-7 game. That's the best seed the Broncos can get, and it would guarantee them a postseason trip to Buffalo in round 1. For the Dolphins, so there's 3 teams. We're looking at the Broncos, we're looking at the Dolphins, we're looking at the Bengals. The Dolphins need help to nab the last wild card spot in the AFC. They face the New York Jets on the road in Week 18, where they must win and get outside assistance. Dolphins would need the Chiefs to beat the Broncos. Mm-hmm. For the Bengals have the hardest chance of securing a playoff bid among the AFC postseason hopefuls. The Bengals must defeat the Steelers on Saturday and have the Dolphins and Broncos each lose the following day. So Broncos, they need to do is win and they're in. Dolphins need the Broncos us to beat the Broncos and they win and they'll get in. And then Bengals need Dolphins and Broncos to lose. So JD, how do you see everything unfolding? And do you still stand by that the team that you don't want to see in of those 3 is the Cincinnati Bengals?
Well, I tell you what, obviously I said also too, I don't care who's in. Doesn't matter. You bring everybody. I don't care who you line up with. We're going to be fine regardless. What I was saying as far as in regard to like Cincinnati, I do believe Cincinnati is a dangerous team. They started rolling at the end, started getting on fire. Higgs and Chase are looking really good. Chase Brown is an excellent running back. Good tight end, Gesicki. But we beat them over the head. And I think they get the same treatment if we play them again. Right? Joe Burrow's been doing a great job, tremendous job. But I don't care about any of them, to be honest with you. I think we match up well with anybody in that regard. Now, saying that, I think if you're saying that the Broncos lose and Dolphins win, they're in, correct?
If Broncos lose and Dolphins win, Dolphins get that 7th spot, yeah.
So, you might see the Dolphins in there. I do believe, man, that we're going to beat the Denver. I have a lot of faith, okay? I have a lot of faith in the guys that we have in the room, right? I think Carson Wentz is a very good quarterback. If he plays the majority of the game, I think we should be able to give Denver a good run at it. I really do. GP, yeah, Jacob, I bet Prince Harry goes off. He does. He does. That's funny. But I do, and especially with his weapons, right? Because the thing is, it's not like we can hold everybody out. It's just not going to work. It didn't happen that way. But the guys that's going to go out there and play that maybe have not been getting as much playing time, they're going to go out there and try their hardest. They're going to try their damnedest to make sure they get a win. And I think that's the way it's got to be. That's the approach. The approach is we're not coming out here just to give a showing. We're out here to win this game. Make no mistake about it. We're here to win the football game this week. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the way it is. In the NFL, you are there to try to win. So I see KSU 19 said Carson look for their next job. He's going to sling it. He is. He knows his opportunity. And you can see the look on his face when he was talking at the podium today. He knows his opportunity, okay? And guess what? There's going to be some jobs open for a quarterback coming in next year. You best believe it. He wants to be on the train to get into one. One of those positions that he done seen what Sam Darnold's done, and we watched that with noodle arm Baker Mayfield's done down there in Tampa. I get on Marcus, this guy. But he's seen guys pretty much kind of come and rescue their careers somewhat. And they've had a good showing. So Carson Wentz says, I go out here, start throwing the football around. And I love his approach because he said, there's things that I love. Nagging those guys to listen to what the things that I like. If he's able to do that, and he control what he can control, I think he'll have a great game. There's still going to be some good receivers out there. I think Hollywood's still going to play. If you got Xavier Worthy, let him get a couple of reps. Justin Watson, Juju, and all those guys, man, are good enough. Nico Remigio, he's waiting to get out there and do some things and show what he can do. So he's still got a good supporting cast. He does. So I do believe that we have a shot, man, to win this game. Not to mention this defense. Our defense, man, is they're going to be having guys come out there and come play. Ain't going to be too many guys taking off as well. So this is, when you think about it, this is an opportunity for guys to show exactly what they can do and why they're earning the paycheck in the NFL. So I just think we have a better shot than what people are giving us, Marcus. I really do. You said that we're a 10.5 underdog on this?
10.5 points, yeah.
So we'll just have to see. I'm still rolling with the Chiefs on this one. So,
yeah, I mean, I think regardless what you said, it doesn't really matter who makes the playoffs and whatnot. It's just interesting that, going into his last game of the season, Denver has a lot to gain from this game. We don't really have much to gain from it. Miami, I've seen Miami fans, like some pretty prominent Miami Dolphins fan accounts on Twitter saying, the Chiefs needed the Dolphins to beat the Patriots a few years back to get the 1 seed when we won our first Super Bowl against the Niners. And they won that game for us. So it's time for us to, play our starters. Come on, it's not happening. But you have faith in the reserves for that to happen. So Dolphins could get in. I don't think Bengals will get in, but I will say, just looking at it between Tua, Bo Nix, Joe Burrow, I think Tua and Bo Nix are fine quarterbacks. There's not Joe Burrow, and you can have one less of those badass quarterbacks in the playoffs. I think it's great. Even though I do think Cincinnati would have a chance of beating Buffalo, but then that means we would have to play them. And I don't really want to see them in the following round. Not that I'm scared of them. I still want to see them. If I could get Tua or Bo Nix over one of those guys, sure, I'd be down. I'd be down with that over seeing Joe Burrow in our first game of the playoffs. Especially because we always talk about teams. If you're limping into the playoffs, if you're not playing your best football going into the playoffs, then that's a team that sure, I'll play them. But a team that's on a roll, it's kind of has been on a little bit of a heater. I don't really want to see a team that's striking while the iron's hot. We're a team that's firing on all cylinders going into the playoffs. Nobody wants to see us anyways. But Cincinnati is kind of firing on all cylinders as they head into the playoffs, and they do make it. It's a team they're hot. You don't want to play a team that's hot.
No, you don't. You absolutely don't. Look, the thing is, man, any team in the AFC is no slouch. Okay, it's not just going to be a cakewalk by anybody. There's going to be some disappointments in playoffs. So you think teams should have won, and guess what? They're going to be going home. That's just reality of it. But the Bengals they need some people to do some heavy lifting. Okay, and so that's going to take the Chiefs to beat. Please, Chiefs, win. You got to win. Okay, so they could try that. I just don't believe. I don't think they're going to make it. No, but when you start looking at how everything's just going to pretty much hash itself out for the playoffs, it's going to be a tough run. It is going to be a tough run, man. There's some very hungry teams that want the championship. That's really trying to unseat the champions. But for us, I think we're going to be ready. Whoever it is, doesn't matter who it is, Marcus. We will be prepared. So.
And I think the long layoff will help us in that goal for the 3-peat.
It's interesting because when you hear so much about who's coming back, who's not going to come back, who's going to be hot. I just you heard people talking about is Rasheed Rice going to be back? Jalen Watson who's going. This is man, come on, man. We got enough right now. we've been and had enough. And so Hollywood coming back changes our entire dynamic offensively, what we do. Hopefully getting popped back. He'll be healthy from his ribs and all that shot that he took against Pittsburgh. Him and Kareem in the backfield. I mean, Travis, man, having, some rest on them long legs and knees that he's been dealing with. Hey, this is a good time for Taylor Swift to give him a little love, okay? Let him just relax a little bit, okay? Use her entourage to pamper him a little bit. I don't know what that looks like, but, I'm sure she can show him how to relax, okay? Have him being taken care of. But other than that, Chris Jones getting back to, we're going to be rolling. I told you, once we got to the point where we are right now, we are a very scary team. And so it doesn't matter who everybody else getting back. Shoot, the Chiefs, we know who the champs are.
Yeah, we're the team that people don't want to be playing, but they're gonna have to, as Mitch Holder said, you got to come through Kansas City, you got to come through Arrowhead. So,
yes, sir. We're gonna bring all the pain with you. Believe that.
100%.
Yeah, Ray said, I believe this team is on a mission and isn't afraid of none of these teams. They're not. Nothing to fear. Nothing to fear at all. So as much as the people try to talk us into it, analysts and everybody out here try to talk us about being afraid or not being good and whatnot, those guys just went to work every single day. And they kept showing up on Sunday. The thing was, when they got in a position to win games, they won it. Why? Because that's exactly what championship teams do. Okay, they got a championship mindset. They got a championship coach. Their pedigree. Okay, it's all about champions. And so, this is something that's not new to them. They are ready. This is a ready-made team. Okay, and they're going to be prepared. So,
yeah. Michael Donegan, crazy scenario: Denver beats Bills and Chargers gets Ravens. LOL. AFC West with 3 and Final 4. That'd be pretty cool. Pretty cool. I've seen a lot of people make comments, the Chiefs, of course, they get to where they get to every year because they beat up on the crappy AFC West. It's like, well, the AFC West you thought was crappy ain't so crappy anymore.
Now, come on. I don't see it at all, man. It's always tough teams over in the AFC, especially the West. Always. Nobody really wanted to play, man, the Chargers, in Denver. You catch them when they were sleeping, a couple of times, but that was it. Even the Raiders got the reputation. Everybody knows what it is.
Yeah, so. Raiders beat the Ravens. People forget that. Raiders beat the Ravens with the Gardner Minshew or Aiden O'Connell, whoever's playing quarterback that week. But that's the team everyone's saying, it's the Ravens could be the AFC team this year. Well, the Raiders beat that team, but you want to knock on them. AFC West bring some heat, man.
Yeah. Gardner mustache.
Yeah. But also Chargers, they had a couple of rough ones a few weeks back. My guy Baker put it on him.
Baker.
All right, so Jenny, you kind of addressed it a little bit with this game coming up here with Carson Wentz. Now, Carson Wentz, when he signed in Kansas City, he knew he was signed to pretty much only start one game, and that would be this game, this Week 18 game. And there you go. He's going to get the nod, the starting guy this week. But report came out that Carson Wentz will probably not finish this game. This is Pete Schrager said that Chris Oladokun, everyone's preseason favorite in the late of those games, it will begin some playing time in this game, which is kind of cool to see, our QB3 get in some reps. And I'm curious what you think of the fact they might not even let Carson Wentz play the entirety of the game, considering this is probably why he signed in general, is to showcase his talents with the Chiefs at least one game of the year. And also, too, Carson Wentz played one game, started the last game of the year last year, which is a must-win for the Rams, where they beat the 49ers 21-20 to clinch the 6th spot in the playoffs. In that game, Carson Wentz, 17 of 24, 163 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and 17 carries on the ground and 56 yards rushing with 1 touchdown on the ground. So Carson Wentz came to play last year when he came in this spot. Obviously, we don't need him to do anything this week because, we're just, already locked in our spot. But what do you make of Carson Wentz potentially not playing the entirety of this game, and why do you think they're doing that? And also, too, what should we expect from Chris Oladokun or Carson Wentz on Sunday?
Oladokun, Oladokun, what I call him. It's probably just precaution of thinking if something did happen to Pat, We don't need Carson getting hurt, especially in this game where he could play finishing up in the playoffs, just in case, right? That scenario, worst case scenario, is what we do, as opposed to having, Oladokun, be the guy. But I would seriously think about Carson doing 3 quarters, at least 2. I mean, I'm sorry that's me. That's me. So they're gonna do what they want to do. But if you want to beat this team, and I think guys want to beat this team, like I said, we're not lambs going out for a slaughter. That's not what this thing is. Okay. Like I said before, in the NFL, you want to win every single game. So regardless if you feel like you have nothing to lose or not, those guys that are playing have a lot to lose. They absolutely do. So like I said, man, this is a job interview, Marcus, for other teams, 31 other teams out there, for guys that may be on the bubble, not get on the bubble, not being resigned. All those things do matter. But I'd have at least, like I said, Carson play at least 3 quarters. And as much as you can, take it to him, run your offense, run the things that you need to run. Steele, P. Ryan is going to be the 2 guys. Obviously, there's going to be toting the ball more than anything else. But I think that's probably their reasoning. That they're just being cautious. That's all it would be. That's the only thing I could think of. Other than that, it doesn't make any sense. But if there was some scenario that something happened to Patrick, he had to go out for a series or 2, or had to finish a game, and Carson Wentz had to finish, they want to make sure the right guy's there for the job to do it. So Kevin Morris, Wentz is a good QB. Good seeing you, Kevin. Yes, he is. He is a good QB. He is. I think a lot of guys respect him too. They understand who Carson Wentz is. They watched him. They watched his career. They watched that. So big, strong guy, throw the football all around.
Athletic too. Athletic guy.
Athletic. So
yeah. I'm curious to see, I think it's interesting to see not only the Carson Wentz aspect as well. I'm seeing a comment here from Michael Donegan. Many decisions for 2025 going to be made from this game, because you're going to see, some of these depth pieces may have a prominent role next year. Whereas, some guys may not return. You might see more of some of these guys that maybe a lot of us haven't heard much from or seen much from as far as game playing. Oh, yeah. We might see a lot. I mean, JD, for guys when it comes to this Week 18 games, when it is a position where you're resting a lot of guys, you're seeing some dudes who didn't really get many reps during the season, but now like the Josh Uches of the world, a guy like that who's barely played, he comes in, he may get a full game to showcase himself in Kansas City. We've seen him what he did in New England, but may get see him do some stuff. Malik Herring may get more reps than usual. Like those types of guys. How big of a game is it for those types of guys who haven't really gotten many reps all year, and they may be showcasing themselves for Kansas City next year or potential other teams?
It's huge. It's huge. Because the thing is, if you're not really getting that much playing time right now, you want to make a coach wrong, if you will. You want to say, hey, man, you put your money on this guy, but maybe I should have been a pony you should have been putting the money on. And so that's what they want to be able to do. They want to show that they have the talent to play in the NFL. This is very important for those guys. I would say O-line, D-line, and DB is what's going to be those 3 positions you're going to be looking for. Guys to kind of step up who haven't got that much playing time. So, if it's your chance to shine and come out here and do this, hey, by all means, fine. I think everything else is kind of sewn up in certain positions. But to prove it, O-line, D-line, like you said, and then, of course, secondary, DBs. So, they got a tough task back there. As far as the young DBs getting out there to come play, I'm sure they're going to give them some, like, look, we're going to give you a look. We'll let you see what you can do. So Trent McDuffie will probably have a seat, sit him down. They could probably do that with Justin Reed as well. Tamari Khan is probably coming back this week to come play. They let him play. Hicks is going to probably get in there and show what he can do. So it's going to be some guys. You said it, Uche is another guy. Hey, what can I show? So it didn't work here for the Chiefs, right? And we talked about this. Guys is on 1-year deals and stuff like that. Man, this is a job interview. It is a job interview. It is that serious. It is that serious. And if somebody sitting there saying you have an opportunity to show what you can do and who you are, and you didn't take advantage of it, well, who's going to say that you're going to do it for us and our team? So,
Is there anybody in particular that you're curious in seeing getting them get some more snaps on Sundays, or anybody like any players you want to see a little bit more of than that, or you haven't really seen much of? I know we've talked about Steven Nelson and Josh Uche, but like, is there anybody that we've had on the team all year long that we just haven't seen enough of?
No, I mean Nelson is a guy that I want to see him come out there. Uche is another guy that I like to see. A guy that I'm actually excited about seeing. Really, it's Samjay P-Rod. I hope they hand the ball off to him a lot. I really do. He's been kind of like a quiet hero for me, because when you see him in these games, and that's who he's been when he was up there at Cincinnati, the same kind of guy. Johnny on the spot, knows what to do, get the yards when you need him. He makes plays when you ask him to make plays. And so I would like a guy like him, Sanjay P-Rod, to get as many looks as possible. Give him the football, let him go to work. Okay? Let him go to work. So
Against a former team that cut him too. That actually is kind of poetic, right? The last game of the season, he gets pretty much a full load between him and Carson Steele, but he gets to tear up and potentially eliminate the team that cut him at the last week of the preseason. And NFL, it's a business, but it also is personal sometimes.
Yeah. So I seen I don't know, it was Wichita Hall. Somebody said earlier that is Keem Suma going to play. So Suma Ate, he'll get a rotation in. We'll get to see. I would expect him to be in there. GP, watch your pre-yard go. Yes, I'll be excited. I would. Man. I'm like, man, they'll call it. Let's go ahead and call it right now, G-Pick.
I mean, you tell a guy, you have a chance to play your ass off to eliminate the team that just cut you in the same year. Mm-hmm. That guy's gonna go hard as heck to make sure he does whatever he can to eliminate that team from playoff contention.
Absolutely, 100%, man. So, yeah. So those are the guys. Nelson is another guy since he got here. Is he ready to go? Is he ready to play? Love to see him. Love to see if he's back where he needs to be. Okay, in shape to come and play, because I think he'll help us a lot defensively in the playoffs. We need a veteran presence, man. We need him out there. So,
yeah, we'd love to also see my guy Hunter Norzad get some reps. We haven't seen him at all. I think he does a few on the PAT team, but love to see him see if he gets some reps and see how he looks. Because there's potential of him potentially being a guard for the future for us. So maybe he becomes the next Mike Caliendo. Who knows?
That's true. I think Norzad trying to become a starter though, man. Marcus.
When I see the next Mike Caliendo, I'm saying like as right now, right? Because everyone's talking about how great Mike Caliendo looks at left guards. Like, oh man, maybe we can have that kind of guy be our right guard if we don't pay Trey Smith. Well, Norzad is the time to show he can be a guard where they can put him at the right guard if they decide not to pay Trey Smith.
What was Norzad? What pick was he?
He was a 4th round pick, I believe.
4th round pick?
I think so.
You take a chance on a guy, man, in that round. You expect him to be, part of what you do.
Yeah, you'd think. Yes, he was a 5th round pick, fifth round.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, and he played a guard, played center, so he's kind of done a little bit of all, and that's kind of the same kind of thing with what they got with Allegretti, and Caliendo's kind of filled in all over the place too. So that's obviously they like the Swiss Army knife kind of O-lineman build.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Kevin Marsh says it's a job interview for all. It is. Everybody getting a job interview. So games like this could get you paid. Put it that way. The team's like, hey man, he's shown what he can do. We'll take a chance on him.
When we had the bye in 03, JD, did you how much did you play in that last game of the season?
I played. When did I go out? Man, I'm not even sure. I think I went out maybe right at the half, a little after the half. So Yeah, that's I think that's what it ended up falling out. The thing is, carrying tight ends, you don't carry a whole lot of tight ends on the. I think at the time it was me, Tony. I think Billy. Was K Dub here at the time? I think K Dub was here. Chris Wilson. Uh, but I remember, I think me and Tony kind of started the game off, and then we just y'all have a seat after a while. Me and those guys just finished it out. So
yeah, man, they played. I mean, Todd Collins got 3 for 3 at the end of the game. It was kind of a blowout. Man, yeah. Whew. Bears went to 3 quarterbacks in that game. Chris Chandler, 6 of 17, Cordell Stewart, and Rex Grossman. They had 3 QBs that game. Man. Yikes. Yeah. Oh well. All right, JD. We got a comment here. JD, don't remember
11 years ago. You don't know 11 days ago. I do remember. I tell you, man, one thing. My cousin was showing me some film. He never saw me. He was like, JD, I didn't know you was such a dog like that up in Philly. And so we was watching when I was down in Huntsville. He brought up my game film from Philly, like a little highlight somebody put together. I was like, oh yeah, man. He said, man, you remember this? I said, I remember every single play that you're showing me, every single game, how it went, how I operated. I remember all of that. So some games, of course, are better than others. But things that I wasn't out there doing, yeah, I can remember that.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's great.
Do you think they will play DJ Humphries? He said if he feels like he can, it feels well, sure, absolutely. So I think DJ Humphries probably will want it himself, right? You want some fire.
Yep. In the same breath, we talk about Steven Nelson. I mean, DJ Humphries only played a little bit of that game. I mean, he's still fresh off the end.
Right. Yeah. Was that the game you went out on?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay.
That Chargers game. He played his first game, then got hurt midway through that game, and we haven't seen him since. So, yeah, he and Steven Nelson still need some burn.
Oh yeah. Neff says, I remember.
Yes,
Sir. Oh yeah. I know you remember. Word.
There you
go. JD, you a dog. Appreciate you, Michael. Appreciate you, man. Yeah.
All right, JD. So now we're getting to our final topic. I think everyone knows where JD's going with this last one. It's our game picks topic. So 4:25 on Sunday, the Chiefs will travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. Chiefs are a 10.5-point underdog, a double-digit underdog, which is crazy to see. But when you dive into it, you kind of know why they are a 10.5-point underdog. But JD, who do you have in this game? And how do you have this game going, man?
You know what? I haven't really thought about this, but you know what, man? I do believe it's going to be some high action. It may look a little different. Obviously, going to look a little different with Carson Wentz out there. Timbo's going to be a little different. It's going to take some time for guys to kind of get like, okay, this is how everything is going. But I do believe this is going to be a very close game. So actually, I'm going to have the Chiefs winning this game 20-17.
That's you said in the show you're going to have us winning, but man, Sean Payton personally.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's gonna drive him up a wall. I mean, he's going to have these guys prepped up to high heaven to get into to win this game. Because knowing the stakes for them versus us.
Yeah, I understand. It's going to be on our guys, and Spags ain't going to do anything different than what he's been calling. Okay, he's going to make sure he's going to bring some heat on Bo Nix. We're going to keep running our stuff. Guys have been here long enough to understand what it is that they need to do to win. So, like I said, we put those guys in a position to make plays. That's the way it needs to happen. So, as long as everybody's playing their position, playing hard at what they need to do, challenging these receivers and whatnot, I think we're going to be fine. So, Andre Chanel, 24-17. Okay. So Don Peter said Sutton's getting 2. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Said Tanya Blue said JD never bets against the Chiefs. Nah, I don't. Unless I just think, but I do believe Carson Wentz. Let me put this, Tanya. I believe in Carson. Put it that way. Okay. That's the reason I have a bet against him on this one. But I think Carson Wentz is a good quarterback. I know he can't wait to compete against Denver on this one. So,
what if? Okay, let me ask you this question, because obviously Andy Reid said they're playing to win this game. He said we aren't going in there to give up a dub. If it's a close game and we're barely winning, let's say it's up 3, we're going to the fourth quarter, and they go with and they pull Wentz, they put Oladokun in there. What does that tell? What does that tell you about the game? How they see it? Did they think actually win the game with Oladokun, or is it more like they actually didn't care about winning this game at all?
I don't know. I don't know. Well, I tell you what, we had to wait till we get to that play to really know what it. Honestly, that scenario in itself, if they did pull it out, you'd be like, man, what is it? Like, but I would think that they trust him. They trust Oladokun too, right? So I was like, hey, we felt like we could win with it. All right. What are you gonna say? Okay, you lying?
Yeah. From a betting perspective, that report where I saw from Pete Schrager that Wentz will not finish the game, it's like, oh, okay, all right. So that's scary.
Yeah, it is scary. It is scary. If it's that close of a game, I think it'd be hard to pull a guy like that out. For Wentz, he'd be like, man, I got him. Let me finish this thing. So I think they would trust him in that scenario.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, the guy's a gamer. The guy's trying to get in. I mean, the guy wants to be able to showcase himself. It's one game he'll be able to do that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you saw when Patrick hurt his ankle that one game, Wentz immediately on the sidelines getting ready to go, man.
He said, stay ready. That joker stays ready. Stays ready. Helmet always like, what? Pat, you okay? Like, yeah, I'm good. You sure? Your ankle's all right? Yeah,
you sure? You sure?
Yeah, you sure? So.
Daryl E, yes. TD cash for a $500,000 bonus. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. I think I'm right there with who said that? G-Pick said D-Hop ain't playing. He might be one of the guys, wide receivers that won't let play. I think they'll let the young guys do it more so than anything else. And he didn't have to think about how many reps if he did play, how many reps would he get? So I don't know.
But bring him in the red zone?
Yeah. If you get that $500K, sure. Absolutely. Then sit him down. So I think it might be the only thing.
Yeah, but Hopkins, anytime touchdown, and Samaje Perine to blow up the Denver Broncos looks like some of the bets I'm going to be thinking about for our Friday show, JD.
Yeah. Noah John Marshall. What's up, Noah John? Good seeing you, my man. You saw Belichick's comments as far as who sits, who start, and how they affect the team. I don't agree. If you ain't a star, you play. You have to. I mean, there's only certain number of guys that you could, keep out. Those guys have to play, man. I mean, it just you can't avoid it. You can't. So that's the thing. Some of these guys are going to have to play, starter or not. Like, hey, but shoot, if you know certain guys, Patrick Mahomes not playing. Certain guys, you say, man, you better pull your pants up, strap up, let's go. That's what it is. Put on your boots, man. Let's get after it. We're gonna get in this mud and get this thing done. Some of these other guys, don't question that. Like, how come he ain't? You better not ever say, how come Patrick or Travis or somebody else is not playing? Okay. I tell you what, you want a ticket out of town? You want a fast track, okay, to the train station or the airport? ask what's going on with them and how come they not playing. Say, oh, okay, you got that question? We got something for you. You just wait. And guess what? You're going to be on one, okay, shipping out of KC.
Yeah, you have a pink slip in your locker.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, have to give Diablo a bonus. Also, too, I think from a $500,000 is no joke. But I will say from like a goodwill standpoint, if they do, hey, like they allow Diablo to play and they just try to get him that touchdown. I mean, like last year they let Chris Jones play. Like, as far as a goodwill thing, they let him in there to get his bonus, right? You let Diablo play, you get him in there on the red side, you throw him a touchdown pass. It's like, hey man, like, we did right by you. In the offseason, we're talking negotiations. You know, try to help us out with a veteran minimum deal to stick around in Kansas City. You know, that kind of stuff just goes a long way, right, JD?
Heck yeah, it sure does. Yeah, absolutely. Long way, brother. Long way. You know. So our subject, Drew Bruschi. Was it Bruschi? Our subject, JD. What was it like working with Swagoo? Who's that?
I don't know Swagoo.
Oh.
Yeah.
You talking about Drew? I answer the question.
Yeah.
D-Hop and Hollywood have to play for the playbook reps. Yeah. So I think D-Hop for sure. Not D-Hop, Hollywood for sure for the reps. D-Hop is not as much, you know, if he's trying to get that bonus. D-Hop might not even care. I mean, sometimes, man, some guys don't, you know, okay, I don't, you know, keep it 500,000.
True. I mean, he's gotten paid a lot in his career, but I mean, also, I said the same thing about Chris Jones too. I mean, it wasn't that big of a bonus. I mean, the guy was going to get a really big deal that offseason, but he still played for that extra, however much it was.
You talking about Swagoo from ESPN?
Marcus Spears? You didn't play with Marcus Spears?
No, not the same Marcus Spears.
Wow.
Yeah, Marcus Spears actually is the different Marcus Spears I played with in Kansas City. Marcus Spears I played with was a lineman here in KC. But Swag played
for Cowboys. Was the team drafted him, man.
Oh yeah, Dallas. Yeah, Swag. So I didn't play with that Marcus Spears, Drew. So
okay, so same names, different person.
Yeah. Swag's good people though.
Yeah.
I've talked to Swag a couple times. Good people though.
All right, guys. Well, that does it for us. Gets to the end of our show, JD. So, guys, JD, are you still going to do Keys of Victory this weekend?
Sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We're playing to win.
And we here to win this game, Marcus. What do people don't understand? Listen, don't you believe that we just going out there and just think it's just going, you know, it's just a show up game. Is what it's going to be? No, we are here to win. What is that? The Herms? We play to win a game. Hello? We play to win a game. So, you know. Oh, Herm Edwards. Nah, Drew, you good, baby. You good. Marcus Spears. There's a lot of dudes had the same type of name out there. So
that's true. That's true.
But yeah. But
I was going to say it's Friday. Jay will be doing his keys to victories as well. It'll be our betting show. Be an interesting betting show just because we won't have the same names. But you got the Samaje Perines, the D-Hop. Yeah, so yeah, keys to victory on Friday. So yeah, we'll have keys to victory. You know, Tej and I will also go into our bets as well as our underdog. Our underdog wasn't been hitting so far. I think we got our first one went 2 for 2 that first week, and then last week we went 4 for 5. Harrison Butker is the only one that did not get his over one or higher than 1.5 field goals. We went 4 for 5 on Christmas. I had a few people messaged our Chief Concerns account saying, "Hey, good call on those on the picks that we had for the Christmas Day game." So some people made some Christmas Day cash. So hey, happy to do that for you guys. But yeah, we'll also go over our 5-leg same game and as well as our picks for the underdog entries this week. So yeah. Good
I hope that translated to some really nice presents under the tree, Marcus. You know?
I hope so.
Yeah. So Darius said you don't play to win the game. That's right. You play to win, baby. That's what it is. So you all appreciate it so much. Hey, listen, Happy New Year to you all. If you just coming out here, coming to see us, we hope you have a peaceful and blessed New Year coming in 2025. You know, let's bring this thing to be the best we possibly can. Okay, be good for each other. How about that? Okay, start treating each other the way we should be treated. All right, with more love and compassion, forgiveness. Okay, gratitude, having our life, but also too, I want to let y'all know everybody came out here tonight. We appreciate you so much. Okay, coming in and engaging. I love the chat. Everybody coming out here, man. The chat was hot tonight. Good to see y'all. Some of the new names and whatnot. Also too, for the ones that gave up to us, we appreciate it. Okay, every contribution, but y'all contribution, y'all time, we don't take it for granted. We don't, man. We appreciate you. We love you. Okay, Chiefs, Concerns, family. And I go and say my due for everybody I see here. Greg Rose, good seeing you. Sasha, thank you so much. G Pick, Kevin Mars, Ray 028. Let me see who else. Brian Huang. That's what we said it. Yeah. Okay. Good to see you, Brian. Come back, man. Come see us. Okay. When I get this right here, the 5 keys to victory. Man, I get a little fire going. Okay, y'all need to see me come out here and do my coach thing. All right, that's what I do when I talk to my players. All right, when I was in college, running the special teams coordinator, offensive coordinator, I would give the guys the business, let them know exactly what they needed to win. 5 keys to victory. Don't miss it on Friday. I always got some good stuff that y'all will enjoy it. Okay, and we get it hot. So Andre Chanel, good seeing you as well. Greg Rose, I think I said that to you. Good, Daryl E, Charles Driver, Neff, good seeing you. Love you. I will see you soon. Michael Donegan, good seeing you, man. Good conversation talking to you as well. Drew Brewski, hey, man, appreciate it. Not the swagoo, but hey, guess what? I'm glad you showed up to come say hi to us. Don Peterson, my brother, keep the fight, man. Keep it right there, brother. All right? Praying for you. Keep doing your thing. Charles Driver, good seeing you as well. Let me see who else we got here. Noah John Marshall, my man. Good seeing you. Hope he said he's overseas. Is he still overseas or is he back? I don't know.
I think I have to imagine he's in town for the holidays, I think. He's probably going to head out soon, probably. I'm making that up. He didn't tell me that, but.
Oh, okay, I'm just saying. Noah John. Listen, Noah John, you might have been the only one that's been on the Chiefs Concerns to come out here and actually speak. We used to open up to people would come on video. Noah John was one of the first ones. We had a great conversation back then, man. So we had to do it another time, Marcus, to open this thing up a little bit.
Yeah, actually, someone did actually reach out to our Chief Concerns inbox saying that we should do that for our members, do a once-a-month Zoom call with our member. If we do a membership YouTube page, to do a kind of a once-a-month Zoom call with everybody, I think that'd be a cool idea. So,
it'd be a great idea.
We've had a few subscribers that mentioned that as an idea, so yeah, why not?
Listen, y'all family want to see your faces, want to see you and meet you and talk to you more than what we do. So I love face-to-face talking to people. Janae Raines, good seeing you as always. Rick Henderson, good seeing you, my man. God bless you, man. We'll talk to you. Let me see who else we got on here. Sweetie was on here. Double A was on here. Now Tanya Blue, good seeing you all here as well. Ray, I already said hi to you, I think. If not, let me see. Sasha, G-Pig, Neff, trying to run through this real quick. We didn't see Amber Brown one out here tonight. Amber Brown, hope he's doing well.
No Amber tonight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Witchy Hall, good seeing you, Witchy Hall. KSU 1989, ain't seen you in a while, man. Good seeing you. Barbershop, can't forget you, my brother. Can't forget you at all. Lynn Julian. Ginger Girl, good seeing you as well. Let me see who else we got on here. Trying to get DeMonte Green Beans, my guy. About Time is on here. Hippie Crypto Riot. Crip Riot. I see now. Oh, she talking about grits and cheese and butter. That's how far I'm up here. Good to see you. Love Clouds on here. Good seeing you as well. Lonnie Pyramid. Good to talk to you too, man, Lonnie. So everybody, listen, y'all know what it is. If I get to say what's up to you, I didn't get to say hi. Tato Free, I see you all as well. Thank you so much. We love you guys. Y'all take care. God bless. Be careful. We will see you on Friday. Marcus, my brother, I love you, man. Okay? And so if they didn't get to see your onesies and your what's the name for New Year's Eve party, man. You got to show that thing, baby.
I'll
You gotta
post
show
it.
it. Let everybody see it.
I'll post it. I'll post it. I've had pretty much a headache all day today, so I'll post. I'll get back to my social media grind today.
All right, man. Go ahead and recover, man. Danny Akers, Dante Guilford, Chiefs Mania. We want to see that video, Chiefs Mania. I think you said you had something funny on there. We got to check it out. Okay. Listen, y'all take care. God bless. We will see y'all on Friday, man. Come back for the keys for victory. It's going to be a little hot. We're going to get it spiced up. We're going to help y'all win some money, too, for this thing. All right?
Let's do it. Love you guys. A great way to start off 2025 with this amazing episode with all of you guys. I think we had nearly 500 people in the chat tonight.
What? Really?
Yeah, it's a heck of a way to start off 2025.
Oh, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You guys make the community that we are at Chief Concerns, but we love you all. We'll see you guys Friday. Happy New Year, everybody. See you all in a few days. Love you, JD.
Love you too, brother.
See you, buddy. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.